Hello, hi, Dr. Bose.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, we are good to go.
Yeah, sir is there. Vice Chancellor, sir is there.
I'm sure
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Yeah.
madam.
Good
evening
evening to all the speakers and good evening to
Yes, sir.
all our students who have logged in from various parts of the country. A big thanks to all the cluster heads on the admissions team for their efforts in getting in the aspiring students who are looking at careers and job opportunities in the commerce and management programs. On behalf of Dhanan and Sagar University, Bangalore, I would like to welcome all the participants and the speakers for this wonderful interactive sessions on the career and job opportunities in commerce and management programs. This is especially organized for students from the 12th class, the second PU, from CBSE, ICSE, as well as the state board schools. We understand that the examinations are put on hold, but we would like to take this as an opportunity for all of our students, that in this time where you have, when you are waiting for the examination dates and all that, it would be good to utilize this to plan up your careers, plan up your career choice. And sessions like this will really prove beneficial to one and all. So going ahead, I would like to take the opportunity of introducing all the speakers for today's event. I take the opportunity of introducing our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.N.B. Murthy sir. Sir is currently the Vice Chancellor of Dhanan and Sagar University. Sir has done the Bachelor's in Electrical Power Engineering and his Master's in Electrical Engineering from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Madras. He's worked as a research specialist in parallel computing at New Mexico State University. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunday.
The second speaker for the day is our Honorable Dean, Dr. Puneet Karyappa. She is the Dean for the School of Management at Dhanan and Sagar University. She's also a guest faculty at IIM Bangalore. She's recognized as the 10 must-watch influential women leaders in Indian education by Higher Education Digest 2021. She is the winner of International Inspiration Women's Award and the Best Woman Dean Award for 2020. She's also a celebrated corporate trainer in finance for more than 26 companies. A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, and welcome all the participants here. Thank you.
The next speaker for the day is Professor Indranil Bose. He's currently the Dean of School of Business, University of Bolton, UK, International Academic Center at UAE. Prior to the current assignment, he was associated with University of Lincoln in UK, Institute of Management Technology, Ghaziabad, for their campuses in India and Dubai and UAE. Sir is also associated with Jaipur Institute of Management for their campuses in Jaipur and Lucknow, and also with Birla Institute of Technology, having their campuses at UAE. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you. Very good evening.
The next speaker I would like to introduce is Mr. Philip Varghese. He is the Vice President and Global Lead for Applied Intelligence, Analytics, and Open Innovation at Accenture Security. A warm welcome to you, sir. It's good to have you. We'll have the industry perspective of these programs. The next speaker for the day is...
Hi, Philip. Can you hear us?
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi, Philip.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, there is some message coming in from Mr. Suresh. I do not have the option to unmute.
I will take care of that. Yeah.
Please. Okay. The next speaker for the day is Mr. Nambiar. Mr. Nambiar is a chartered accountant and has over 40 years of industry experience, a substantial part of which is with the United Nations and the World Bank projects. He's a trainer for corporates such as Infosys, First America, Philips, etc. He has presented papers on finance-related topics at several international seminars. He regularly conducts faculty development programs for universities and colleges. A warm welcome to Mr. Nambiar, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's followed by Mr. Rohan Rajvanshi. He's currently with ACCA as the Business Relationship Manager for Karnataka. He's worked over 4 years with Akash Education Services Limited as an AGM prior to ACCA. He holds an experience of 12 years working in various industries. He's completed his MBA from University of Wales in UK and worked in UK for companies like Travelex, Marks and Spencers, and Sainsbury's. A warm welcome to Mr. Rohan.
Thank you, sir.
And the next speaker is Mr. Suresh Kumar Mani. He's the Director and Head of Finance for APAC region for CST Systems International Private Limited. It will be a good exposure to understand how the industry perspective is towards the kind of specialized international certification programs that we intend to introduce to the students this year through Dhanan and Sagar University. So a warm welcome to Mr. Suresh
We also
Kumar.
have Swati.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I would like to invite Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. K.N.V. Murthy sir for setting the context and sharing your views. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Shinde. Honorable co-panelists, the parents and students and invitees who are joined in this meeting. A good evening to each one of you. We are extremely happy that Dhanan Sagar University has taken the initiative to organize this webinar to give you some information about the careers and the opportunities in commerce and management stream. As you're aware that at this point of time, we are going through tough time. Of course, the COVID pandemic is there all over the globe. It's also there in our country. I'm sure governments have taken enough care and steps to overcome this tough situation in the coming months and weeks. I'm happy that the things would come to an end in next 3 to 6 months. That's what has been predicted, wherein the complete vaccination will be done for all the people in the country. I'm sure we will be able to overcome this situation very soon. While we are having a tough situation in the form of pandemic, the life should go on. I think we need to move on with our life, move on with our educational plans. I'm sure each one of you would be waiting for this situation to get over and probably go ahead with your educational plans. And it's also said that the entire world is being challenged by this pandemic in terms of everything, in terms of what we have understood, the knowledge, the experience, the skills, all have been put to test. And this pandemic, while creating some kind of difficulty for all of us, at the same time, it has created a great opportunity to handle things, difficult situations in a much better way in the years to come, which means there's a growing demand for new skill sets, new knowledge, new ways of interpreting this knowledge and the situation. I'm sure the things will become normal in the years, in the months, 6 to 8 months. While that is on one side, we also have some difficult situation in terms of some kind of uncertainty in terms of the holding of board exams, both at the state and central level, and also following which we are going to have the entrance exams and other things. I'm sure in the next 2 to 3 months, most of these things would have been completed, and it's better to use this particular time, this interim period, for planning for future, planning for future. I'm sure each one of you would be planning for a career, and this webinar is to provide that idea with regard to the what the future is going to be. I would like to mention that several progressive organizations like World Business Council for Sustainable Development, the organizations like World Economic Forum, NASCOM, and several others have started predicting the future, started putting out what the future is going to be. Overall, it's been indicated the future of work is going to face complex disruptions because of 3 important changes or 3 important paradigm shifts. The first paradigm shift is there'll be rapid technology evolution. Every walk of life, the technology is going to creep in, and everything is going to be technology oriented in the years to come. That's one prediction that's been made. The second prediction that's been made is the future of work will have a lot of expectations. The workforce has expectations. The people who are going to take up a job will start putting out few conditions, start putting out the conditions such as flexibility is one condition. The second condition is good opportunity for growth. I think there's a second condition. There'll be lots of conditions that will be put forth by the workforce. And it's also been predicted that the longevity of jobs will be far different from what we have today. The third disruption that's going to happen is there's a socio-economic polarization. There'll be a lot of things that are going to happen in terms of handling the income inequality, urbanization, climate change, several other things. This is the third change that's our paradigm shift that's going to happen. It's also been predicted that the 65 to 70% of the jobs that we see today may not exist in the next 5 to 10 years, which clearly means the kind of knowledge, the kind of skills that we need to acquire going forward are far different. In other words, we need to prepare for a kind of a job which we don't know. That is the kind of situation that we are going to be in. And it's been very well predicted that new skill sets like sense making, means if you are given a data, some numbers, you must make sense out of the data. The second, social intelligence, how the socially get connected in a deeper way is going to be another thing. Storytelling is going to be another skill which is required. And the students of the future must have multidisciplinary knowledge. If you are expert in only one domain, that's not enough. You need to know more than one domain. Then the last thing is required is the virtual communication, the kind of the platform that we see today, whatever we are doing today on a Zoom platform. I think this virtual communication is going to be the future. And it's also been predicted that a few skills are going to be very, very important. The other skills like communication is going to be critical. Then collaboration, means how to work in a team, is going to be critical. Then critical thinking basically means how do you solve a problem, a complex problem. Then the creativity, how differently can solve the problem, is going to be the key. The overall kind of things that are going to be required in the future are far different. What we are trying to do through this webinar is to give you some message or some inputs, how the commerce and management programs are going to be, where the opportunities are going to be created. Is also been indicated that the future will have lots of opportunities for everybody. There'll be lots of opportunities in every walk of life, in every domain. But the kind of job that we are going to see, the job scenario will be far different. The existing traditional things would completely go. Then we have a technology involved in everything that we are going to see in the future. I'm sure the panelists would give you more information about what I have said just now. And I request my co-panelists to enlighten all of you about the career opportunities in commerce and management streams. Over to my co-panelists. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much. I would now like to invite our Honorable Dean, Dr. Puneet Karyappa, Madam, to please take over and give the details to the program on details to the students on the various programs and specializations being offered. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll
Thank
stop
you,
the
Mr.
screen
Shinde.
share. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, just let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes, you can go to slide. And yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Good evening, all of you. Good evening, Vice Chancellor, sir, all the fellow panelists, distinguished guests, parents, students, faculty members who are present here. Welcome to Dhanan Sagar University, in particular, School of Commerce and Management Studies. The whole objective of this webinar is to familiarize you with the university, the school, the programs, and help all the students, the prospects out here, to make an informed decision. Just a quick brief about Dhanan Sagar University, that Dhanan Sagar has 60 years of legacy, and Dhanan Sagar University is constituted under the Ministry of HRD, Government of India, in the year 2014. And we have 7 schools and we have 3 campuses. One of the campus in Kumaraswamy Layout, one of the campus in Kanakpura Road, and another campus in Electronic City. Warm welcome to the School of Commerce and Management Studies. We are talking about commerce and management studies and the careers that is possible out here after pursuing these courses in particular today. We have great panelists today who are going to talk about various programs that we have to offer. And hence, I would just give a brief about how to go about selecting a particular program. The right program and the relevant program is what you will have to choose. And so I would like to say, don't choose something because it is better for you. Choose something because it is right for you. It will bring in the best in you. When you are about to make a decision, decide what interests you. We normally tell all the prospects, the students, the +2 students who are there, list out the fields, what interests you, list out the courses, talk to people, find out, and go ahead and find out more about what is the area in which you are interested. Do your research, do a thorough research. Today we have internet, newspaper, television, people around you, alumni students, our ex-students who are there. Talk to them, talk to the people in the same profession so that they can give you more information and you can take an informed decision and then choose the right program for you. Understand more about the syllabus. Look at the course content. Everything is there in our website. Go through the courses, go through the syllabus, find out what are the details, whether those things, those syllabus and the courses are those that interest you, and accordingly you can take a decision. Another important thing that you will have to do is understanding the university. You need to first understand the difference between a centralized university and a private university. In a private university like Dhanan Sagar, what are the flexibilities that we have when it comes to framing the syllabus, having the board of studies, having industry academia connect, bringing up or having the curriculum that is more relevant to the corporate world. These are the things that you need to understand and then join the university of your choice. You need to know the duration of the course. With the new education policy, we have 4-year programs, we have 3-year programs. Is it something, what you're doing that suits you? Are you planning to do your higher studies in India or abroad? Will it fit the bill? You need to understand and then make a correct choice. What is the eligibility criteria? Does the universities have entrance exams? Is it 50%? Is it 60%? What is the cutoff? All this is what you're supposed to know before you take up the course. You also have to understand the fee structure, the cost of the study. Does the fees include books, the international trips, the uniform? What does it include? What does it exclude? All that you need to know. However, you should also know that universities like Dhanan and Sagar will also help you get financial assistance from various banks. These are the things that you have to know. And after choosing a particular program, what are the career opportunities that you are having? You need to understand that, and I will let the panelists speak about all this. So talking about School of Commerce and Management Studies, welcome once again. And let me have a quick run through of the programs that we have to offer. All the speakers here are going to explain all this in detail, and I will come back to you all once again to summarize it and clarify your doubts. So quickly to tell you all, we have a 3-year BBA regular program wherein 2 years you are going to study the general management program, and in the final year you are going to study various specializations. We have another program called as BBA in BFSI, Banking, Financial Services and Insurance. The specialization you take up right from the beginning, right from the first year, and you're going to study everything about the BFSI industry for the 3 years. We have one more program, BBA, along with apprenticeship, which is nothing but earn while you learn in the retail sector. You study the theory classes, you attend the theory classes in the morning, and in the afternoon, you can go and work. We have BCom with ACCA, we have BCom with CMA, we have BCom with CA Foundation, courses being offered in the college itself, in the university itself. So I'll come back to you later on. Let me allow the speakers whom we had today from the industry who are going to share their experience and talk about the importance of choosing management program, commerce program, ACCA, CMA, and so on. And I'll catch up with you all later. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Could you stop the screen sharing, please?
Yes. Just a second, and over to Mr. Bose. Yeah, I have stopped the screen share.
Okay, ma'am. You started, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. We now move on to our next speaker, Professor Indranil Bose. Sir, over to you.
Okay. Very good evening to everybody. Good evening to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Dr. Kariappa, and fellow panelists and all the attendees here. Now, what I'm going to speak today about mainly the BBA General Program. I mean, why BBA General Program is important, what kind of benefit or learning you can have, and all these things I'll be speaking within a short time frame. Okay. First of all, I know the full form of BBA is Bachelor of Business Administration. Okay. In India, they call it Bachelor of Business Administration. In other countries, they call it BSc Management, but the concept is almost same. Now, say when I'm talking about the BBA General Program, I have noted down some of the few important takeaways. What the students who are going to join this program, they can have from it. Because personally, I have started my career as a BBA faculty long back. Okay, long back means such I taught in the BBA program in some other university for almost 5 years. So I have a very fair idea about the BBA program, what exactly they offer, what is the benefit the students get. And most of my BBA students, they are very well placed in industries now, very well placed. I mean, some of the top companies, top brands in India, they're working. And few of them are working outside also, outside India also, in very senior positions. Now, what I'm going to tell you, the biggest benefit of the BBA program is that it is not a general bachelor's degree program. Like when we study, say, BA or BSc or this kind of program, we see these are mostly general programs. Okay. Now, BBA program is something which is a very much versatile program. First of all, most important part. When you talk about the versatile program, what you mean to say that you will be learning a lot of applications of the concepts you are learning, you are studying in the classroom. Okay, just I'm telling you quick examples, like say when you are studying marketing, say consumer behavior, studying in marketing. Now, how the consumer behavior affect the branding practices of the companies, those kind of things actually will be taught in the class by your professors. And apart from that, say how the branding, I mean, in the classroom, we will see different kind of simulation exercises, including case studies and other things are discussed actually. Now, how one company, maybe the service sector company or the manufacturing company, an international company, a domestic company, I mean, all these companies are using this consumer behavior concept to brand or rebrand their practices. So new concepts are coming up. So you will be learning a lot of exciting things. Whenever you will be traveling through the road of Bangalore, you'll be seeing hundreds of international brands around. And you will be having an idea in your mind, okay, this particular company is doing so and so things. You can have a very vibrant class environment where you can debate and discuss, because most of you are very young people and you have the fair idea, I should say the better idea than many of our professors about the brands, about the brand images. So like this you can do one thing. Now, second important aspect is that, see, the BBA is the program, many management program, not only BBA, but I'm mainly focusing on BBA. BBA is the program where from the bachelor's degree level, it will be having the experience of studying a subject, a particular discipline, a particular degree program, which from where you will get the exposure to different areas of say learning. Like say you will be studying something from the psychology, something from the say mathematics, something from the statistics, something from the say leadership. So a lot of things, even because we'll be studying HR, we'll be studying marketing management, we'll be studying finance, we'll be studying operations management and different areas of the activities. So this will make your foundation very solid. So before entering into the corporate sector, either through the MBA route or directly from the BBA, so you'll already be, I should say, a 60% ready professional when you will be entering to a company for the internship or the summer project or something like that, even getting a job or the placement opportunities from the company. So you'll be seeing already half of the thing, you already know it. Definitely we'll learn many of the things from the companies in the corporate sectors. I'm telling you another important aspect, that many of the top class companies in India, they are now preferring BBAs from the premier top notch institutes and universities like this Dhanan, Sagar and many other universities in India. Okay, to enter their management training division or role, that kind of thing. They do not ask for MBA even in that case. Okay, even definitely you can go for the MBA later at your later stage of your career. Then this is a professional degree. Everybody knows this thing, but because BBA is nothing about a general degree program. So professional degree definitely give you a professional edge over others. Your senior professors already, the Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Karyappa, both of them have spoken in very detail about the new job requirements of the new time and new year era. I mean, coming 5 years, 6 years, what kind of changes is going to happen? Everything absolutely brilliant, absolutely true, they have said. Okay, so the BBA program, whatever you will be learning, will be having all this kind of understanding. I'm telling you, even in the general BBA program also, new courses like analytics, new courses like artificial intelligence, new courses like team building, and all these things actually you'll be learning in the classroom. And apart from that, the important aspect is that, see, a BBA course is actually a wonderful opportunity from where you will be able to develop yourself. Because, see, unlike the general degree program, the BBA program will help you to write the research project report. Every subject, every module, every paper you are studying, in that case, you have to write certain research projects, certain activities in the class, team activities, group activities. There will be deadlines. Okay, you will be working under stress in some cases because your 3 of the professors will be giving 3 different project deadlines to be submitted maybe in the same week. So you'll be learning how the professional sector in the corporate world you are supposed to work there. Okay, so all of the things you will be learning a lot. Then apart from that, other important aspect is that networking. Networking is very important in today's business, life, in career. Okay, business opportunities means networking means in your university, in the Dhanan Sagar University, or while pursuing the BBA program, lot of professors from outside, they will be coming to teach you. Many of them will be coming from maybe some other fellow panelists will be are from very senior position in the industry. They will be coming to your campus to teach you actually, and you will be in touch with the ready industry standards. What is going to happen? There will be industry interface programs. Will be sent to international traveling or industry visits. A lot of things will be happening. So you will be having specialized programs, specialized lectures. Okay. So from there, you'll be having a fair idea exactly what is happening in the industry. You will not be restricted to the textbooks like many of the general programs. So these are some of the very important takeaways. And apart from that, BBA, while you are doing the BBA, you scored very good marks in the BBA. You can pursue your MBA at later because 90% students, but after finishing their BBA, goes for MBA. And when you go for the MBA program, you see the top class MBA institutions, they teach almost same subjects in a different way, whatever you are studying or will be studying in the BBA program. Okay, maybe because it's a master degree program and it's a bachelor's degree program, there will be some differences definitely. But if you are from the BBA program, then definitely it will help you to learn a lot of new things whenever you will be entering to the MBA domain. And the final thing I'll be talking about, that is the course, that is the fees aspect, because in most of the cases, the BBA program course fees are much less than the MBA programs, definitely, because say BBA, by paying the less fees, by spending less money, by investing less money, you'll be getting the better benefit. So these are some of the very big benefits, and definitely we'll be learning a lot of things. I have not used any PPT because these are the very few elementary things every student or every aspirant of BBA should know this thing. And I'm telling you, at your very young age, I'm telling you, are very fortunate to have this kind of opportunities to pursue your bachelor's degree program in business management, which is a very, very versatile discipline. Management, perhaps the most versatile discipline, which is evolving each and every moment, each and every month, each and every year. Okay, something new we are going to learn in at every moment. So the private universities like Dhanan Sagar University has the flexibility to change their curriculum, to imbibe something new, something very updated in their curriculum, to launch new kind of courses. So that's why I'm telling you, say, take this opportunity. Definitely, it will be benefiting you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was good to give an exposure to the students in terms of the program definition when it comes to choosing the BBA as a career option for students. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now we will move on to the next speaker for the day. We have Mr. Philip Varghese. He is the Vice President and the Global Lead for Applied Intelligence and Analytics and Open Innovation at Accenture Security. Over to you, sir, to give an industry perspective in terms of how the BBA Analytics program and outcomes will help the students. Over to you, sir. Do you want the screen sharing, sir?
Not really. I'm going to speak. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Please go.
Yeah. So good evening, one and all. Thank you so much for taking time out and joining this webinar. Really appreciate it. So in the next few minutes, I'm just going to share a few perspectives from my personal experience and journey across my career, what I learned and what I see in the future for, especially for students, who are preparing for their career aspirations, right? So as all of you know that we are today living in a VUCA world. So VUCA world is nothing but it's very, very volatile, very uncertain, very complex, and it's completely ambiguous, right? So the world we are living in is a VUCA world. And I personally believe that it will continue in the coming years as well, the VUCA situation, right? The volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguity. So in this world, one thing that is really emerging is a gig economy. I'm not sure whether you are familiar with these words, but these are the things what you can keep in mind as well as you can start understanding. So we are going to live in a gig economy, right? So where the future is going to be providing a lot of opportunities for a large number of people based on skills, right? And the skills can be utilized across various domains, various industries, various companies, various aspects. Now, in this gig economy, actually one of the key things that people are really looking at is problem solving skill, irrespective of the domain or industry or region. Now, especially when it is coming to accounts and finance, I just want to share something from my personal experience perspective. I've seen my father, who was working as an accountant long time back. I saw my father coming home every day with large, very, very heavy books, and I didn't understand at that point of time. So he was making a lot of entries of the, like the journal entries, the accounts payable, receivable, cash, and he used to write it in a book, right? And these books becomes very, very heavy over a period of time for a company. And that is what so many accountants were doing the accountancy job so many years back. But today, if you look at probably 95% of the accountant's job of writing down journal entries in the accounts books is almost eliminated. You cannot find anybody. The nature of the accountant's job itself is getting changed. Now, the profile of the accountants or the business management people are also completely changing in this new VUCA world, in this gig economy. Today, organizations are looking for people who can solve problems. And one of the key qualities the organizations are looking forward is to have the decision-making skill, right? Irrespective of the levels, irrespective of the roles. 20 years back, 15 years back, probably major decisions were taken by leadership teams in companies, in organizations. But today, organizations are expecting you, irrespective of their level, irrespective of your title, irrespective of your role, you have to take decisions and move forward. Very, very crucial decision. And that is where your job of being an accountant or a management guy, having operational management, your role is elevated to make decisions. And that is exactly where one specific topic I want to talk about is analytics. Now, analytics is going to help. Now, one of the key things that, to take the decision is to have the right information at the right time. And that is where you will be able to leverage your analytics knowledge and skills to help you to take the right decision. Now, when you take the right decision, you need to have the stakeholder management in such a way that your decision is implemented, and that is going to be a factor for the success of your organization. And that is where you need to be a very good communicator. You need to have the skill of storytelling. Now, analytics is one of the key areas, right? So there are a lot of exponential technologies that are changing the world. So you will see that in accounts and finance itself, you will see technologies like blockchain is coming and changing the whole way how companies are managing their finance and operations. Earlier, technologies and tools and things were built to manage business. Now today, businesses or business models are evolved around technologies. Now every business is a technology business today. Every company is a technology company, whether it is Facebook to Google to Uber to a telecommunication company to logistics company, transportation company, media company. It's all technology company today. And one of the transformation happening across these things is also transforming the nature of the jobs. Now the industry is asking, for example, a domain expert like an accountant or an HR specialist or a marketing specialist. These are functional areas. These are not technical areas. Now today in this VUCA world, in this gig economy, when everything is getting transformed, the industry is demanding, the organization demanding the business leaders, the functional experts, the subject matter experts, domain consultants, they also have to be technically skilled and qualified. The technical experts, the technical professionals, they are also expected to understand the business and drive the business, because the business itself is technology oriented, technology driven, and built around technology. That is where it is extremely important for you to really look at the things from the traditional academia, traditional education, to a futuristic, future outlook model based learning and skill development, right? As exactly Dr. Punita ma'am mentioned, you need to be very clear about your aspirations, your passion, your interest. Analytics is one of the areas which is very, very hot, very, very highly demanding, and most of the organizations in need. And that is where which is going to give you a lot of opportunities directly. Today, people don't need data entry accountants. Today, people don't need Excel managers. People, the organizations need people who can solve problems by taking the right decisions, where analytics is going to help you in a significant way. And there are millions of opportunities. I mean, lakhs and crores of open jobs available out there. There's a huge shortfall of people who has analytics expertise in the market today. So that gives you a huge opportunity out there. And this is one of the areas definitely I would strongly recommend all of you to consider and then build a skill on. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate and thank the Sagar University to design such prospective courses, futuristic programs, and extending to build a future workforce and helping you to build a futuristic career, right? That is what I want to share with you, that you can definitely bang on analytics as one of the key areas as part of your programs, and analytics enabled, analytics powered courses. Definitely that is going to help you, and that is the need of the hour as well as the future. And definitely I'm sure that the Sagar University offers a number of programs that provides these analytics enabled, analytics oriented courses as well. More than happy to take any questions if you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vagesh. It's good to give an industry perspective to the students who are seeking advice in terms of choosing their careers, in terms of what kind of programs, what kind of job opportunities. It's always good to tell them what happens in the job scenario, as that helps them to visualize, that helps them to take decisions when it comes to choosing the right kind of a course. Thank you so much for the industry perspective. We now move to the next speaker for the day. We'd like to introduce Mr. Nambiar. And the best part here is that Mr. Nambiar has over 40 years of experience, and a substantial part has been with the United Nations and the World Bank projects. So it will be good to hear Sir out, and Sir would be talking on the BCom ACCA, or the BCom as a career, BCom specialization as a career to the students. Over to Mr. Nambiar. Do you want me to stop the screen sharing?
I can. You can share it if you have it with you.
Just a second.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thanks also to the Vice Chancellor and Dean Cariappa ma'am and all of you for giving me this opportunity. For today, I'm going to talk about the BCom plus ACCA program, which the Sagar University has. And yes. Along with me, there are two more speakers on the same subject. We have Mr. Rohan from ACCA, and we also have Sumati Madam, who is an ACCA fellow member with a lot of experience. Senior member, was working with IBM, etc. She was outside India and in India. Therefore, she will talk more about the her experience as a ACCA professional. But let us move to the next slide. Yeah, there is one question many students ask me, because I was going for several seminars before, and now last 1.5 years about so many webinars. There is one question students ask. There are lakhs of graduates completing BCom, BBA, etc. every year. Are there enough job opportunities? Yes, in my view, yes, and it's fact also. India has become a hub for finance, accounting, auditing jobs. That's the reason why I say there is a lot of opportunities. When I say hub for finance, accounting, auditing job, what does this mean? The work from all over the world, especially developed countries, US, Canada, European countries, Australia, etc., are coming to India. Our major companies, IT companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, all of them have a shared services division now. What this shared services division does is they handle the finance accounting work for large companies, the top companies in the world. And therefore, they need a lot of human manpower. And of course, earlier they were looking for graduates. They were recruiting large number of graduates. As the Vice Chancellor has mentioned during his speech, about 67% of the jobs which are there now are not going to be there in the next 10 years or so. Even Philip sir was adding to that. There is a lot of changes happening. Therefore, currently there are a lot of jobs for graduates in these companies, and the company size of the companies has also grown up substantially over the years. The size of the companies have grown up. The spread, they are spreading all over the world. All international companies are in India. Indian companies are spreading all over the world. The Reliance Group, Tata's groups, they are all spreading all over the world. When the size of the companies goes up, the requirements of finance professionals goes up. So there are a lot of jobs for graduates currently, which are now slowly going, changing actually. It's not going, it's changing. There's a digital revolution happening worldwide. The experts call it the fourth industrial revolution. Therefore, there is a digital revolution going on. Because of the digital revolution, the changes are happening. The more than 67% of the jobs in India are going to change. And one of the most important what we can see in the digital revolution is the artificial intelligence and robotics. For robots with artificial intelligence are taking over the basic jobs. In industry, we call it RPA, robotic process automation, is now everywhere in banking, accounting, auditing. All the international audit firms also, I mentioned about our companies handling the work for international companies, finance accounting work for international companies. Similarly, all the major international audit firms, the Big Four and others, have a global division. They have India division and global division. Global division handles the audit of companies all over the world. And that is where they were taking large number of graduates. But with this robotics and artificial intelligence, the basic jobs are going to be handled by the robots. But the human intelligence is above the artificial intelligence of the robots. Therefore, companies need people with this professional knowledge who can be appointed for the decision-making roles. The decision-making roles are there. There are more and more roles coming up. Every day we are getting requirements for professionals. We don't have enough in India at the moment. The requirements are huge. Even during these pandemic times, every day we are getting requirements. Last few months, I got more than 2,000 requirements. Mr. Rohan will talk more about the career opportunities and how to find that, etc. Now let me brief about the SCA program in the Sagar University, where it's combined with the BCom. Well, let us move on to the next slide, sir. Next slide. Yeah, this is about the SCA is a UK body, but recognized in about 180 countries. You can see the number of students, employees, approved employers, members, etc. are large. Founded in 1904, more than 100-year-old. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are the papers for SCA qualification. There are 13 papers in total. 3 papers at the knowledge level, very basic level. Then skills level, there are 6 papers, and professional level, 4 papers. Now, the beauty of the program in the Sagar University is that SCA has already looked at the syllabus and approved a program where 6 papers are integrated. The first students doesn't have to write the first 6 papers exam if you join the program in the Sagar University. The remaining 7 papers only they had to write. For these 7 papers, we are planning to schedule it during your 3-year graduation. Therefore, by the time you complete a graduation, you have a BCom plus a professional program which is internationally recognized. That's therefore, as it is integrated, the time required is almost reduced to half because you have to write only 7 SCA papers, and also the cost or the first 6 papers which are exempted. Normally, SCA requires the students who get exemption to pay an exemption fees which is equal to the exam fees, and this is also exempted for the Sagar University. Therefore, cost is reduced substantially, and also the time involved is reduced substantially. And the papers which are where you don't have to write, which are integrated, we also offer free classes for that, free online classes for that, so that your basic is thorough. Because there may be slight difference between between these papers which are in the Sagar University, or the level to which you study, and the level to which SCA exams are conducted. For those papers are also given free. You can attend those classes. We will arrange that. I'll show in the next slide the schedule, how it's scheduled. Can we move to the next slide, sir? There are some additional qualifications also. This is optional. If you want to get a BSc in applied accounting from Oxford Brookes University, you can get it by submitting a research project. And this Oxford Brookes University is about 150 old university, reputed university. There is also an MSc in professional accountancy from University of London. University of London again is a very reputed one. And these two qualifications are optional. We'll once you join for the program, we'll give you the details. There is a slight work involved, like submission of projects, etc. But you don't have to go to UK and join the university. They are sitting in India, studying in the Sagar University. You can get these additional qualifications. Let us move to the next, please. Next slide. Yeah. Why I am suggesting ACA? I am a chartered accountant from India. I sent my daughter for SCCA, and she completed SCCA at very young age. When she was around 19 years, she's working with a US-German collaboration company in Bangalore in a senior role. Therefore, many ask me, why did I send my daughter, when I am a CA from India, why did I send my daughter for SCCA? There are a few reasons. One is the flexibility, because in SCCA, you can write one paper at a time. In Indian CA or our professional qualifications in India, we have to write 4 papers together, all the papers of the group together and pass together. Whereas here, you can write one paper at a time. And they have quarterly exams. Every 3 months, they have exams. For we can easily schedule your 7 papers over the 3 years, because in one paper in a quarter, we are planning one paper in the first year, 4 papers in the second year, and the remaining in the last year. That's what we are planning. We'll give you the details. And another point is that, another flexibility I can say, there's no compulsory articleship. For Indian CA, you had to work in an audit firm for 3 years as a article clerk under a audit under a chartered accountant, qualified chartered accountant, practicing chartered accountant. And these 3 years are almost free service. And when you are doing your graduation, you can do that only after completion of your graduation. Therefore, you had to complete the graduation, then go for the 3-year articleship, then only you can write the final exam. You can, of course, write the intermediate before that, but final exam you can write only after the 3-year articleship. Whereas in SCCA, you can complete all your exams. They also need 3 years experience, which can be after the studies, and you get salary during that period. And it's globally relevant and accepted. And the exams are all application of skills. There's no direct questions like what is the definition of this, that. Such direct questions are not there. Apply the skills, exactly what you are going to do when you start working. Therefore, you become industry ready. And there are career opportunities through SCCA Careers, which Rohan will talk about that. Next slide, please. Yeah, there is a comparison given. Anyway, the main point is that the flexibility, which I told, only 7 exams, whereas our qualifications is almost 20 papers after class 12. And for DSU students, 6 paper exemption. The average pass rate worldwide is around 40 to 50%. The students who attend our classes, global FTA classes, are getting 70 to 80% pass rate, whereas Indian qualifications, the pass rate is less than 10% most of the time. I'm talking about the final. The others, it may be slightly higher when it comes to foundation or intermediate, but the final pass rate is less than 10% most of the times. And all the exams are computer based. Now in this pandemic, you can write the exam from your home computer or office, wherever you are, because they have the remote controlled exam system. So you don't lose any exam sessions, you don't lose any time. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is how we have we are planning. The first semester, there will be bridge course for those exempted papers. Second semester, there will be bridge course for one of the exempted papers, and then one paper of ACCA. Third semester, there'll be 2 papers of ACCA. Fourth semester, another 2 papers of ACCA. And last 2 semesters, 1 paper each. That's how we are scheduling your papers. I think now I will hand over to Rohan or Sumati, whoever is. Rohan can take over, and then Sumati madam can come in later. So let me hand over to Rohan, please. And I'll be ready for answering any questions you have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nambiar.
Yeah.
We'd like to have Mr. Rohan coming in. He's currently with ACCA as a business relationship manager. Mr. Rohan, you want me to continue with the same slides, or?
Sir, I can share my. Can I share my slides?
Oh yes, definitely. I'll just stop the screen sharing. Yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you. I hope everybody can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So thank you very much for inviting me for this session. And when you being led and followed by such an esteemed panel, I'll try to give as much relevant information I can, which is not duplicate. But I would like to first of all let you know that Mr. Nambiar has given you complete information on ACCA, and I think the information given by Mr. Nambiar is so correct and relevant for all of you. And quoting all the other panel members previously, I think the situation today is that we have to look at technology and artificial intelligence in a very different manner now, because this would have been a normal face-to-face interaction if we were in the old times. But since 1.5 years, I think it's a moment that can be recorded in history, and we have to change our ways of working, each and every one of us. So not to take much of your time and give you more original information, I would like to just let you know that this has already been shown by Mr. Nambiar. So I'll move on to the qualification aspect, and I'll give you a little more information about it. So ACCA comprises of overall 13 exams. ACCA is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. It's a 116, now 117th year in running old body. And this professional qualification has been evolving and changing so that our members and our future members are always relevant, and whatever the situation of the world is, they can start working from day one. So as Mr. Nambiar already explained, students who take up qualification of ACCA during the BCom program at Dhanan and Sagar University have been given a benefit of exemptions of 6 papers. Now, these exemptions have been given on the basis of the syllabus that has been mapped by ACCA of the BCom of Dhanan Sagar University, and the students start writing their exams from the 7th paper of ACCA, that is financial reporting. So there are degrees which are optional, BSc and MSc, which I think once you connect with the team at Mr. Nambiar's center, you will be able to get more information about it. So I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to give you more information on the jobs, the employability, and how they are evolving, and what is the requirement actually. Because everybody says that there are a lot of jobs, there are a lot of available positions for everybody. But we will just go through some numbers so that when you have information that is data driven, I think it will make more sense for all of us. My ACCA portal. So this is something that every student should know if you are registering for ACCA. ACCA, when you're registered with it, gives you a portal, and it's a very simple interactive portal. I've got some screenshots. You can just take a look. It gives you all the options. You can book an exam. You can practice your exams. If you have 3 years of work experience and you want to claim your membership with ACCA, you can do that on the same portal. We have recently launched a CB practice platform. Now, CB is computer-based exam. ACCA from last June, we were thinking of shifting to all computer exams from this March 2021. But the pandemic, brought us to a situation where we had to not even make all of our exams computer based, but I think one of the few bodies in the world, and we can be one of the only bodies in the world, which has already conducted exams on a remotely invigilated platform. And the exams that I'm talking about are professional level exams, ACCA complete exams. And these exams are taken by students sitting at their home. And if I just give you an example of the sheer volume of the exams that ACCA conducts throughout the world, is more than 50 to 60,000 exams every quarter. So we are the one of the only bodies, or we are one of the bodies who has conducted remotely invigilated exams and computer based. And there are certain benefits to computer based exams, which I will go through in my next slides. So ACCA Careers, ACCA is one of the bodies which we don't only recruit students to become our members. We qualify you with an ACCA qualification, and to complete the circle in full, we also have a team who works with various employers in the world and make sure that the members that we have and the future members who are in making, future members means the students who are accelerating towards the membership of ACCA, should have relevant jobs, should have an open market to search jobs for themselves, and can choose a job of their choice. Everybody should get a chance of getting a job of their choice when you have an ACCA qualification with you. And for that, we have our own career portal. ACCA job requirements are not only restricted to abroad. In India, there are plenty of jobs that are created by ACCA team, as well as the employers that we work with. Mr. Nambiar also mentioned, and I am also, I'm also intrigued to tell you that the jobs that ACCA produces is only for the people who are associated for ACCA. So if you are an ACCA student, affiliate, or member, whatever stage of ACCA qualification you are, we have jobs available for that stage. So if you are 9 papers completed, there will be jobs available for students who have 9 papers completed. If you are an affiliate and you are looking to have experience to become a member, there are jobs for affiliates. And the best part about ACCA qualification is, to become a member, you do not have to have the work experience after the qualification. With ACCA, if you already have work experience, in some cases there are, because ACCA is also taken up by chartered accountants, MBAs, and other professional people. So if you already have work experience in hand with you, you can show that as your work experience, and you can fill in the PER objectives at our portal and become a member if you already have that work experience. So ACCA portal is only beneficial for people who are associated with ACCA, and this portal gives you jobs worldwide. So just to give you an idea, these are some of the brands that we are associated with in India. All the big fours. We are not only working with firms who are in audit, accounts, or finance. We're working with organizations who are in pharma, who are in construction, who are in technology. As the previous panelist said, every company is now a technology firm, because everybody has to adapt to the technology to an extent where their employees can work for them, and the work and the show must go on. So any organization that is working with ACCA, we have a program with them under which we make them our approved employer. So if you see EY, one of the big fours, they are a platinum approved employer in India. What does an approved employer does? Approved employer doesn't only recruit people who have done ACCA, but they also have a policy of upgrading their own staff members to a qualification which will bring the best out of them. So there are programs within the organization where they help their employees to finish their qualification if already started, or motivate them to do the qualification, and they support them in various ways. It is very easy for them to understand that if a person has already done ACCA, what value they will bring to their organization, and they will not have to support that person to an extent where a person who has not started the qualification. So if you want to, we have 7,300 plus approved employers across the world. So if you want to work with a particular employer, I'm sure we will have that in our list. It's just the requirement of the employer has to be there in the location of your choice. And when we talk about location, as I said, these jobs that I'm talking about are coming to in India for the people who are in India. And of course, if you want to work abroad, there's nobody stopping you. The abroad job portal, the job portal of ACCA gives you jobs throughout the world. So what is the numbers that we have? So we did not only rely on the organizations who are our approved employer to just give out the jobs to us so that we can forward it to our ACCA affiliates or members or students, and they can choose if they want to take up that job. So we started a project under which we worked with various employers in the world to ensure that they let us know if they have vacancies for people who have ACCA qualification or who are working towards it. And we worked with them in various ways to actually create positions for people who have ACCA qualification. We do various drives with various universities as well. We do drives with EY, KPMG, PwC in various colleges and various institutions, including yours, where we understand that we have people that have ACCA qualification in the works. And if you see the graph that I'm currently presenting, when we started this project in 2016-17, we were able to produce 75 jobs other than what the market was offering. In 2017, it rose to 480. In 2018-19, we were able to generate 1,600 jobs. This is the India number I'm talking about, not the worldwide number. Worldwide number, if I give you an average, almost 64 jobs are posted on our portal on a daily basis. But in 2019-20, we were able to generate almost 3,000 jobs. And for 2021, we have a number which is even higher than this. And I must tell you, there is nobody better than the panelist that is following me, Sumati, to tell you the benefits of ACCA or what ACCA brings to you. I think she will be the best person to tell you, but I'm just trying to do my part to tell you that the opportunities that you have with ACCA is immense. And the qualification itself doesn't is easy to do. It's not that you mug up certain things and you go and write the exams and you'll be a chartered accountant or an ACCA qualified person. It is practical in nature. The exams are practical in nature. They give you on job experience while qualifying you. So one of our exams, SBL, is strategic business leader. It's a 4-hour exam with, if I give you in layman's language, with one question. So that's basically a case study. And it involves various factors, various reasoning methodologies that you have to think about while they'll give you a scenario, and how would you resolve that scenario. These are the things that we are working, and we work with various employers around the world to also make sure that the qualification remains relevant. So we used to have 14 papers. We spoke to more than 2,500 employers worldwide, and they gave us certain suggestions, and we merged a couple of our papers to evolve them into better exams. So ACCA always ensures that the qualification which is provided to the students by our learning partners, Global FTI, is up to the date. And if you are an ACCA member, ACCA regularly conducts various CPD programs and give you opportunity to become a member as well as to maintain your membership with your continuous upgradation. As everybody said, the world is changing. What audit jobs used to be 20 years ago are not there today. The audit job that was, the auditors used to do the job 20 years ago, that is not happening anymore. People don't do the auditing job the way it used to be. So the changes have to be adapted. The change we adapted in 1.5 years is immense, and it's going to stay, because technology is something that we all have to embrace. Now, this is how this career portal looks like. You just have to write the job that you are looking for, or just the location that you're looking the job in, and it will give you all the jobs posted by our employer team. You can just apply the job directly only once you have to upload your resume to ACCA portal. If you need to update it, that's your choice. But every time you don't have to create a profile, or you don't have to, upload your resume. Every time you apply for a job, if the company is taking you to their own website, that's a different thing. But most of the jobs you can apply on our portal, and it's a very easy task. The biggest point that I'm trying to make here is it's your decision to take up a qualification or not while you're doing BCom. But while you're doing the BCom, you have to understand that if you do something which is of professional status, you need to also understand which is the best for you. Because if you are tilted towards one thing and you take up something else, it is not going to help you, because you're not going to enjoy it for long. So think about having a professional qualification in your resume. An ACCA qualification is one of the professional qualifications which gives you various other qualification options. As mentioned by Mr. Nambiar, you can get a BSc degree and an MSc degree from top universities in the world if you submit the research paper. And why these universities are giving these degrees? Because they understand that once you have reached a certain stage in ACCA qualification, you are eligible to have those degrees if you submit a research paper, which definitely will be approved by them. So ACCA qualification is very diverse in nature. It makes you job ready from day one. And the employers around the world understand the value of it, because we work with those employers who are going to hire you one day. And it becomes easier for us to make them understand, because they are also our approved employers. So it's a understanding that we have with them, and they understand the value that a person who has ACCA is going to bring to their organization. These are some of the job profiles of an ACCA person. It's just a term that you all can search on Google, and you will get more than 100+ job roles, which are either currently being taken up by ACCA professionals, or they are in that particular job role for some years. This is some of the job roles I can fit into my slide. And the best part about the qualification is that you choose the job that you want to do. As our papers, as I mentioned, there are 13 exams, but those 13 exams, there are 2 optional papers. Those optional papers are for you to choose whether you want to become an auditor, whether you want to take up the tax part of it, whether you want to take up the financial management part of it, or the performance management part of it. So it is entirely up to the student to figure out which part of the qualification is more relevant for them when it comes to professional level, of course, because you have to finish the first 9 papers to make a decision in your professional level exams. However, it is your choice entirely which part of qualification you want to do, and what is the job role that you have in mind when you finish the qualification. And the qualification is designed in such a way that it will enable you to do so. So this is something that ACCA is doing for its students, because qualification not only is going to help you when we support you in getting the job role of your choice, and never forget that the member network that you get connected to. So ACCA has more than 2 lakh members around the world, and those people are industry leaders. They are at the top of their organizations, or they are working towards it. And when you connect with those members, the opportunity is limitless of what you want to do, because they will be guiding you at every stage. You can connect with them at various forums, and we are working towards making it very streamlined. We have also started our academy on our website, where you can select a member of your choice and get guidance from them on your career as well as on your job role. So this was from me. Again, as I said, the jobs are not going away, jobs are changing. And as soon as we embrace this change, we will be in a better situation, because it is a very, very simple understanding and very, very oftenly used term, but I'm going to use it again. It's good to embrace the change, because that's the only constant in the world. And we have adapted it in 1.5 years. You have 3 years of your BCom to understand the importance of a qualification. Take it up, and you will feel the difference. You will find the edge that you have over others who have not taken any qualification which is professional in nature. As I said previously, I am, after me, Sumati will speak, and I think there is no one better than Sumati to tell you about ACCA. So I'll hand it over to Sumati, and I'll stop sharing my screen. Thank you very much for listening. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, you can please go ahead with Ms. Sumati.
Sumati, yeah.
Thank you. Good evening to the Vice Chancellor, the Dean, the faculty members, my fellow panelists, and the students of share my perspective of what a solid education can empower you to accomplish in life. But to do this, I would like to share a real life story with you, so it brings out many of the points that the panelists have already spoken about. You would have all heard of the Zoho Corporation, which is a cloud-based business software company in the US, right? How many of you are aware of the background and how it started? So please bear with me when I share this, and then I will explain how it connects to you, right? It was started by a Princeton University graduate from 1996 by the name of Sridhar Vembu. He gave up his dream job in Silicon Valley to become a social entrepreneur. Today, the market value of this corporation is US $5 billion, a huge feat, right? Now, he's conducting a revolutionary experiment where he wants to solve the unemployment problem by empowering the youth, the rural youth of India. And he started this in a village in Tamil Nadu. Many students he observed would have gone through graduate programs, which cover like 3+ years. And when they come out with this academic training, they lack the skills to work in the industry. So he set about creating a win-win situation that would encompass 3 things. One is a scalable model across multiple cities, maybe even countries. He wanted to have a long-term impact rather than throwing money using, like short-term donations. And he wanted the companies to make a profit and still become a part of the local communities where they reside. So to connect how any of this is relevant to you as commerce or management students, you will look around and see the changes that COVID has brought about across all segments of humanity. And the Vice Chancellor, Mr. Murthy, referred to that, right? He spoke about the rapid change of technology. He spoke about how the future of work will have many conditions of employment driven by the employees. And he spoke about the social economic polarization. So no one knows today or can even predict what will be the new normal whenever things settle for us. Right? Now, you're all being educated and fitted out with knowledge to help you face the future. But will that be sufficient for all of you to survive out there in the new, what I call the big, bad post-COVID world? And this is where I feel that ACCA will help you to get ready, a qualification like ACCA, right? They curate a syllabus that is relevant for the skills required in the market. And this syllabus is updated regularly based on the insights that they get from conducting professional insights research. Their approach is to teach you technical content and not stop there, but then apply the knowledge through case studies and regular webinars, podcasts with subject matter experts on very trendy topics. Excuse me. They facilitate access to networks, right? These networks are so important because they help you develop your own thinking, your perspectives, and how can you enlarge the groups with whom you interact. And lastly, they expose you to professional opportunities as members of a universally recognized and prestigious organization. So what are the benefits you will get of being an ACCA qualified member? One, it is a qualification, as Mr. Nambiar and Rohan pointed out, that's recognized across 170 countries, and it comes with a trademark of high standards. So nobody has to wonder about what is the standard. You already carry the trademark of ACCA standard. Through their teaching approach, it creates capable employees who can contribute to the teams that they work with. And one of my fellow panelists spoke about that, right? That it is important for you to be able to work and collaborate. The members are also groomed not just as, a vertical skilled employee, but as what I call T-shaped professionals. Imagine the shape of a T, right? You have deep vertical knowledge of finance and ethics, but you're also being groomed horizontally with broader skill sets that encompass the competencies that Mr. Sridhar referred to. He spoke about social intelligence. He spoke about storytelling. There are other quotients that we speak about, which ACCA will help you learn, like, IQ, EQ, emotional quotient, digital quotient, creative quotient, all very important as you get out there into the industry and start to contribute. As Mr. Verghese pointed out, he said that as part of the gig economy, you need to not just talk about the problems that they have, but use the knowledge and the data that you have to be able to be a part of the solution. A key skill that business leaders now demand. They don't just want, they demand it from their finance teams. So the qualification is a bridge between academics and employment. Now let me bring this down even further to my level and how I have benefited from the ACCA qualification. I did my education in Jamaica, West Indies. Many of you would have heard of it because it's a cricket country. And I was working there for 6 years. I moved back to India in 1987. And since then, I've worked in multiple organizations, both MNCs as well as domestic companies, spanning about 30 years. I have supported other countries sitting in Bangalore, India. And this has been made possible thanks to the global recognition that ACCA has for its qualification. These roles, encompassed global support, for the headquarters when I was working with IBM, so out of New York, as also other regions and countries like Southeast Asia, South America, Africa, Australia, right? All made possible because you are able to leverage not only the vertical skills, but as I mentioned, the other competencies that ACCA helps you to gather. Now, would this have been possible if I didn't have a globally recognized qualification? I don't think so, right? It laid the foundation for me to be able to work with different cultures, different organizations, different countries. So I urge you to not think twice about investing in yourselves today so that you can build a solid foundation for your future. As I saw a little thing of DSU saying, live the dream. For you to be able to do that, you first have to set it in motion. And I wish you all the best as you go forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was nice of you to give a better and a bigger perspective to all our students. We now move to the next speaker for the day. And we'd like to invite Mr. Suresh Kumar Mani. He's the Director and Head of Finance for APAC region for CST Systems International Private Limited. Over to Mr. Suresh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. By the way, good evening, everybody. Hope the session is going really well. And thanks to all the panelists. As a listener, I've been enjoying each and every panelist's inputs and feedback, especially the inputs started by Dr. Murthy, who clearly articulated that the jobs that we have today may not be even present in the next 5 years to 10 years. In fact, sir, I completely second your thoughts. I completely agree that that's exactly what is going to happen now. And I think my presentation that I've got on the screen literally shows that we are going to move out of the current process, the current systems, current way of doing things. So folks, it's a great opportunity to be around such a wonderful set of people. And I know things are not that great outside of our home. So I really request all of you to stay indoor and stay safe. And now moving on to the very purpose of this webinar. You know what? I was so impressed when Mr. Nambiar was talking about the ACCA opportunities, and he was comparing that with our Indian CA system, CA profession. So you reminded me, as a CA student, I went back to my 20 years, and I was thinking what a nightmare it was to do CA. I completely second your thoughts, sir. It's not a bad thing to do, but definitely one of the best courses in the world. Chartered accountancy from India is one of the best, but it requires lots and lots and lots of investment, hard work, sacrifices. It's not going to be easy. And as a proud CA, it makes me feel really happy that, I'm also one of the chartered accountants. But folks, you know what? One thing I realized after completing my CA is there was nobody to really guide people like me those days to actually show what was available in the market. I was thinking just BCom and then, do a CA, and that's enough. That's enough for me to get a good job and just settle in my life. But actually, only after 5 to 6 years of my job, I realized there are lovely opportunities, multiple courses that's available in the market, like the US or the UK. I was not aware of it. And Dhanan, Sagar University is doing a wonderful job of handholding all the people in the webinar to understand that there are such great courses that's available, and you all have to make use of these opportunities. And guys, you have to take a right call. Whether you take up ACCA, you take up BBA with the other combinations, or for the matter CMA or CA, but make a choice, because you're going to make an investment today on your future. Literally, I'm going to talk like a finance guy because I believe in numbers, and you need to make an investment. It's not an expenses, guys. It's an investment. You're going to invest your time. You're going to invest your money. You're going to invest your, this life, another couple of years, 3 years, 4 years from now, because this 3 to 4 years of investment that you're going to make today will give you umpty amount of opportunities. You start reaping the benefits of this over a longer period of time. So, guys, I'm here to talk about the one of the easy ways of becoming a professional. I'm going to really, agree to all the panelists, whether it is from Mr. Philip, who was talking about gig economy, or Mr. Nambiar was talking about the opportunities and the global footprint that ACCA provides. Likewise, US CMA is another wonderful option that students have. And the best part of US CMA is it is one of the globally recognized professional courses. And the best and the most easiest part is this CMA course has got just 2 papers. Yes, you heard me right. Just 2 papers. And this 2 papers, has been set in such a way that you will be able to study for the CMA course along with your BCom and complete your CMA by the time you complete your BCom. So you're going to have 2 degrees by end of your 3 years of BCom from today. And the opportunities that you're going to have, you'll be amazed to see. It's going to be very similar to what your friends or what others have mentioned about ACCA, CA, and CPA and things like that. So I'll just, before even move there, I want to just show a couple of interesting statistics or data about the job opportunities. In fact, there has been an estimation that in the next 15 years from now, close to 75% of today's professionals would be retiring. And guys, this is coming from one of the professional bodies in the US. If I can reveal it, it's AICPA, which says that in the next 15 years from now, 75% of today's CPAs and CMAs and other professionals across would be retiring. So what does it tell us? It tells us that, guys, we have umpty opportunities, we have huge opportunities, and we're talking about 15 years from now. And which means 15 years from now, you guys can see yourself as one of the leaders in multiple MNCs, multiple organizations. And of course, I also saw that one of you had raised a question as to what will be the compensation that you can expect Guys, you know what? Compensation will follow you. You need to first set your goal of becoming a CMA or a CPA or ACCA, whatever it is. Once you invest your time in completing it, your minimum compensation will be definitely 30 to 50% more than your non-professional friends. When I say non-professional friends, I mean people who have just taken BCom and they think that BCom is enough for their future. And Mr. Philip rightly said, he was talking about his dad bringing ledgers and maintaining, making entries, and the ledger was just growing. Yes, I remember when I was an article clerk 22 years back, I was doing all that. But today, do I really do it? I've got everything in my iPhone. If I have to approve something, I just literally open my email, I just check all the documents that is needed and approve my journal entries. I approve the expenses, I approve my balance sheet, everything in a fingertip. And that's possible only because of these courses. Okay. And coming to the salary part, don't worry, guys. Minimum salary will definitely be more than 50%, around 50% more than what your other friends are getting. And just want to talk more about this CMA by talking about IMA, the Institute of Management Accountants, which is the governing body of this CMA. This was an organization, a not-for-profit entity, of course, established in the US in the year 1919. And today they've got presence in more than 150 countries. And they've got more than 125,000 members, active members across the globe. And this picture that I'm showing is just to show that these are the locations that I've got offices. And of course, the best part of the CMA is they allow you to write exams even in India. You don't have to travel to different parts of the world to give you exams. And this is an interesting slide. This slide just tells you the brands that has actually given opportunities in the past and which is still looking for new talents with CMA's degrees. And obviously you will see the big fours: Deloitte, PwC, EY, KPMG on the top. And I know I, as a finance head, I work with all these 4 brands. And the partners of these brands are close friends of mine, and we talk about what are the changes that's coming in this in this accounting world, what kind of transfer pricing implications that we've got, what are the changes that is happening, especially in the corporate world because of these technologies, and why they look for talents like CPAs, CMAs, ACCAs. So this is just a glimpse of the opportunities that you guys have once you complete your CMA or any other professional course. And these are the brands which has provided opportunities in the past. And you will see it has both a mix of Indian companies and also the MNCs. In fact, along with this, I would like to share a couple of more interesting data. One is about the India's GDP. Today we are about 2.8 trillion economy, and our economists have made an estimation that in the next 4 to 5 years, that is by 2025, 2026, our economy will be doubling, which means we will be close to 5 to 5.2 trillion economy. And what does it mean? And how does an economy grow? How does a GDP grow? It's a simple max: more production, more and more establishments happen. And obviously, when more and more companies come in, more and more companies spread their wings, more and more companies spread their operations, they need accountants, they need smart finance professionals. Yes. And that's how your opportunities are going to be humongous. And as the Indian economy grows, you will definitely have opportunities in India. And I've just given a list of the designations that you can look for. In fact, I remember when I started my career in Deloitte, I wanted to be a CFO of a major corporation, and I joined Infosys, and that's how I was able to come to this level. And we'll talk about that in some time if time permits. But yes, guys, these are the list of professional designation that you can have, and every designation has a meaning. Just don't think that if I'm a director, I can do anything. As a finance analyst, I can do the job of a treasurer. No, everything is unique. Everything has its own set of knowledge, and that is provided by these courses. And as I said, you just need to worry about completing 2 papers, and you just need to have a BCom degree. And of course, to get a membership after your BCom, you need to have 2 years of relevant experience, and you need to have active membership in IMA. And folks, I just want to emphasize one thing. I think Dhanan University has an association with an institution called Miles, and they're one of the market leaders in providing this CMA professional course. And they have also got an agreement or kind of a tie-up with multiple national companies, wherein after you have completed your BCom, and of course you completed your second part of your CMA exams, they help you to find a job. Literally, they help you in drafting your resumes. They arrange meetings and interviews with multinational companies, and they help you in finding a job. And within a couple of years, you'll be called yourself as a CMA. You can just add CMA Suresh Kumar, CMA, whatever, you know. It means a lot, guys. It really means a lot. Having that degree means a lot. And just, okay, I'm just going to skip, show this contents. There are two parts, and the best part of this course is you don't have to worry about taking first part first and second part second. You can choose any part that is of your convenience. You can do part one first and part two second, or you can go with a combination of part two first and then part one first. And remember, just 2 papers, folks. And the best part is it's not having any kind of negative marks, and you got 100 multiple choice questions, and you have just 2 essay type questions. When I say essay type questions, they give you situations, and you're supposed to be prepared for the, from the point of answering, articulating your solutions to the given problem. And this is a slide which talks about, the kind of the program that Miles is having with Dhanan Sagar University. And if you see, the entire syllabus, part 1 and part 2, has been mixed with your BCom syllabus, wherein in 5 semesters, you're prepared to write both the exams, both the papers. So I don't want to get into details, given that we are running out of time. So I just want to show this slide to help you guys understand that this is going to be part and parcel of your BCom, part and parcel of your day-to-day studies as a student. And by end of this, 5th semester, you are ready to write both the papers. In fact, you'll see that by end of the couple of semesters, you'll be prepared to write your first paper itself. That's the beauty of these, programs. And one other thing that I would like to tell is, I was doing my BCom and CA together, and I was a show-off student in the class. And because I was doing the CA along with my BCom, I used to always be the first guy to give the answers to the students, or help the students, or in the classrooms. So that also helps, right? The networking, it helps you to become a leader right from the college days, and you will stand out as an exceptional student. I think we spoke about this. Just to give you a glance of the timelines that you have. You can always write your exams anytime that you want. You can write your exams in India, but of course there are some process that you need to follow. All these are computer-based exams. I think Miles and Dhanan Sagar University will be of great help in terms of choosing the right timelines in giving exams as well. So with that, I think I'm done. But only humble request that I've got with all of you is, guys, please remember, whichever course that you choose, don't turn back. Please don't turn back. In fact, if I can take one more minute, folks, I just like to share a story which I happened to see on WhatsApp, and that was a story shared by our superstar Rajinikanth. I thought that's very relevant because of one reason that I see many people actually take up the course and they give up in between. So the story goes like this. The story is like there are 3 frogs and they're trying to climb the mountain. And the other frogs in the ground, they start warning these frogs. They say that, don't try to go up because there are snakes. You may not be able to get the grip. You may fall off and so on and so forth. But the 3 frogs take a challenge and start going up. And as they were screaming, other friends were screaming from the ground. A couple of them, one of them loses the grip, falls down after 100 feet. Another frog just goes up to 300 feet and it also falls down because a snake comes and bites it. But there's one frog that goes and touches the peak, and they're all surprised. Why the hell? What is a miracle? How did this happen? The answer to this was the frog which touched the peak was deaf. The moral of the story is you should not listen to your friends or your enemies or others after a point. You just have to have a selection of what you should be listening. If you have made a choice of doing a CA or CPA or CMA, whatever course it is, guys, don't turn back. There will be times you will see, you will still challenge yourself. You will curse yourself. Why the hell I took up this course? Why the hell? But you know what? The answer to that comes only after you complete your exams. Don't give up in between. Don't quit. With that, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having me. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Suresh. It was a pleasure listening to you. And I'm sure the students must have got a very good understanding of the CMA process. Over to Dr. Puneet Karyappa.
Yeah, Thank you, Mr. Shinde. Thank you all the speakers for talking about various programs. And I must tell you all that by now I have answered around 96 questions. So it shows the interest level of the participants, of the students. N number of questions, really very nice. Nice to see that they are very keen and they are curious and they have a lot of questions. Let me summarize by putting all the questions together and combining a couple of questions. I hope that answers all your questions. Even after that, if there are questions, you can put it in the question answer session that is there so that I can answer later. All right, let me summarize and conclude. BBA program, see, these are the programs that we have in our school. So I'm going to take you through one by one quickly and just summarize whatever others have spoken. When we talk about BBA regular, you're taking up 2 years BBA general management, and in the final year, you're taking up any one specialization, like it could be finance, it could be HR, it could be marketing, it could be business analytics, or it could be international business. So others have spoken about it already. Then there is one more program which is called as BBA in BFSI. This is all about the banking, financial service and insurance industry, where there is so much of demand for the students who are trained in the BFSI sector. So some students were asking me, what are the kind of subjects that you study? You will be studying everything about banking law, insurance, stock market, mutual funds, and so on. So that everything that's happening in the BFSI sector, you are aware of, so that the training for you when you enter the job market will be less, so that it becomes easier and job opportunities will be really good. BFSI has also got a particular website from the government, from the Skill India program that is there. So there are a lot of scholarships, webinars, internships, online certification courses, and so much other than what we provide in the college that is there. This is mainly for, we would recommend it for science students who would like to do a management program, but again, are very scared or skeptical about going through numbers, learning taxation, learning mathematics, and so on. So this is something which is simple, easy, and yet again, something that is relevant that you can choose. Opportunities that is there in BBA and in BFSI is listed over here. You can see you can become a manager in any one of the sector, or you can join as an analyst, a loan officer, or a treasurer, or a bankruptcy coordinator in the banking sector, and so on. Talking about one more new program is about Bba Apprenticeship Program, where you can earn when you are learning. Morning time will be your theory classes and afternoon will be your OJE, that is on-job exposure, where you will be working in any of the store that we have tied up with and start earning money. This will be mainly in the retail sector for those who are interested. We have only 30 seats for this. There will be interview and there will be a selection process by the retail organization also. So first come, first serve basis. This is apprenticeship program for you. Talking about BCom with ACCA, we have already discussed. I only want to tell or clarify that the coaching for ACCA starts along with BCom subjects in the first year, but in the second year, you can start writing ACCA exams, which is not compulsory, which is optional for the students. Second year, third year, and so on. Even if you have not completed your ACCA papers, your BCom will be over and you can continue taking up a job and continue completing your ACCA program. Similarly, CMA also. In CMA, there are two important papers which you can write only in the final year. But the coaching for that starts from the first semester onwards. All right. Again, CMA, even if you're not completed, you can continue even after your BCom is over. What degree you get in Dhanan Sagar University is only BCom, but we provide ACCA coaching, we provide CMA coaching, we also provide CA coaching in Dhanan Sagar University. There were many questions regarding CA foundation in the first year, CA intermediate in the second year, articleship in the third year and the fourth year. But by then you have completed your BCom. So CA also happens parallelly. And like based on the questions, many of them are asking, The advantage of doing CA is you're studying most of the subjects of BCom in CA, but CA subjects will be much more rigorous, much more in detail, while you are studying it in simple when you're doing your BCom. There's nothing major different. It's almost the same, but you're going in depth and studying more when you're doing your CA program. Okay, there are projects, there are pre-internships, there are campus placements that happens in our school and university. And in School of Commerce and Management Studies, we have integrated professional courses as discussed. Pre-placement training happens, internships are there, international internships are there, certification programs are there, real-time case studies are there, consulting projects are there, campus ventures are there, and many more things are there. We get a lot of eminent speakers from the industry who are going to talk to you, address you, and brief you about everything that's happening in the industry. Now, there were many questions about honors degree. When you are doing your BCom or BBA program, if you do any 18 to 20 additional credits on any of your favorite subjects, you are going to get honors degree. That is, you have to have cleared the certification programs, and based on the Viva marks, you are going to get your honors degree. So this is about honors degree. And also you can do a minor degree. That is, suppose you are doing your BCom or a BBA, but you want to study computers also, then you can do computers as a minor degree. Or you want to do BCom and you want to learn something about journalism, you can do that as a minor degree. So look at the beauty of studying in Dhanan Sagar University. You can do a minor degree, you can get an honors degree, and you can, do your regular programs, whether it is CMA or ACCA or CA or BBA and so on. So to summarize, we have BBA, regular, BFSI, apprenticeship, and in BCom, we have the option of taking up CA, CMA, or ACCA. So welcome to the world of commerce and management, where you have so many programs to choose. And somebody was asking which one is better. We can't say which one is better. Each one is unique, and you are unique. You are different. So you will have to decide what suits you, and accordingly, you can take up the program. In the end, it is the passion, it is the attitude with which you study the subjects that you have chosen that matters. If there are much more doubts, even after this webinar is over, we are going to help you. You can contact us, and we are going to share one more slide as to, I'm stopping the share here so that we can share about the admission activity, how to go about taking admission for Dhanan Sagar University. So in the meantime, if there are any questions, I will take that. And thank you very much. Thank you all for joining our webinar. Please talk to us, come through the website and talk to our admissions team. We are ready to answer all your queries one by one. Yeah, thank you very much. Over to you, Shinde. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Let me also thank the Vice Chancellor and the speakers once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for giving the insights in terms of the summary of all the programs available under the commerce as well as the management sectors. We would like to inform to all the students that if you have any queries, you can always visit our website, and we have a live chat option available there, and you can put in your queries. You can also give us a call. There's a toll-free number available, and you can call us, and we'll have some of our experts giving you advice on this. But it's always necessary for you to fill in an application over there so that we can have a one-to-one counseling done with you. And we can then tell you what is the procedures to look at admissions. The speciality about all of this is that, especially in the BBA programs, is we are introducing this program called BBA in Retail Operations. And it's coming with a inbuilt apprenticeship program, which is going to be the first of its kind in entire Bangalore. Will be the first university to introduce this program through the Retail Association Sector Council India and the Ministry of Skill Development. So, and since this is going to come with an apprenticeship means you will be on the job from the first semester itself. You will be studying in the university in the morning, and you will be going for your apprenticeship to the designated place from the afternoon, and you will be there till the evening. So this is how it's like a on the job with a degree program. So it is actually called as a degree with apprenticeship program. And this is something which we are launching it this year. So many of the students can take advantage of this and apply for this. And this is only 30 seats. So we have given the details of our website. Come into the website, and I'm sure most of your doubts will be resolved. If not, you can always call us. I'd like to thank all the speakers, including Honorable Vice Chancellor, for setting the tone for today's evening session and giving the guidance, and to all the speakers who have been here. And it was a lovely interaction. We have seen a lot of questions coming in, and thanks to the Dean ma'am to answer all of the questions. We look forward to all the students being a part of the DSA family. Thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you all. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you all.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Shinde.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shinde. Thank you, all the co-panelists. It was a great session. I'm sure each of the participants benefited from the information given. They can make an informed choice. Quite often, I get queries like, is the course important? Is the institution important? These kinds of questions. My answer to all of them is very simple. Both are not important. You are important. If you are good, everything else is good.
Thank you,
Please
sir.
take that message and wish you all the best. All the best. And you are most welcome to join DSU. It's a university with a difference. I'm sure this university has understood the future quite well and incorporate all the changes required to make you ready for the future. And you will have a wonderful time. You are going to enjoy every minute of your stay on the campus. That's what exactly we are trying to do. And this where Dhanan Sagar University will be different from all the other universities. It's mostly learning outside the classroom is more than learning inside the classroom. That's what we try to emphasize and try to implement. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, all the speakers. Thank you.
It's not just about classroom training, but it's also about industry-ready placement training.
I have been placed in a very reputed company from Japan with the highest package. I'm looking forward for a successful international career right after college.
Registrations for admission to Dhanan Sagar University is now open. For more information, visit www.dsu.edu.in.
Yeah,
thank you, Imtiaz. A wonderful thing. Thank you very much. And all the members of the admission team, you have made it possible. Shaukat Ali and all the others. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Madam, great leadership. Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.